Greetings. I am going to share what I got on Record Store Day and a little bit about my experience. So, I did Record Store Day in the Dallas area, specifically Frisco, because I was in town visiting my sister and my niece for my niece's first birthday, which meant that I was in a foreign land. I didn't really know where record stores were going to be. Where should I go? What should I do? So, strategy was interesting. But thankfully, I know a fellow vinyl junkie, as he calls it, and he just so happened to be looking on TikTok and saw somebody in the Texas area, and he DM'd that person and said, "Hey, do you have any suggestions for places to go near the area that I would be?" So from that, I got two recommendations, and I did end up using one of those places. And this was my very first RSD, so Record Store Day. I had no idea what to expect. Dog wants attention and wants to play. Perfect timing, of course. So I had no idea what to expect, how the process worked. So I started looking the day before at some of the shops that were suggested from the guy from TikTok. And I was seeing people were already lining up. And I got concerned. I was going, oh no, people are lining up the night before. There's no way I'm going to get any vinyl. So I was panicking. I was just thinking, like, oh my goodness. And one of the shops that I wanted to go to, I think it was called Red Zeppelin. I saw that people were lining up the night before. So I went on ChatGPT and I used that to help me figure out my best odds of getting something. So I said, where should I go that would give me the best odds? And so it suggested that I go to Josie's because they would have more copies versus if I went to a smaller store and wasn't close enough to the front of the line. And on top of that, there would be less number of the vinyl that I wanted to pick from. There would be less copies. So I did select the Josie's record store, and that is the one that I picked out based on recommendation from ChatGPT and from a friend. So with the store picked, I went to bed. I tried to go to sleep around midnight. For whatever reason, I couldn't sleep. I don't think it was about record store day. I just think I was just having trouble sleeping. So my sister and I had talked about it, and shout out to my sister because she went with me. She before record store day, she was not a vinyl collector. However, she thought that vinyl would be something that I enjoyed. So a couple years ago, she got me my first vinyl player and then my first vinyl album, which was Folklore by Taylor Swift, the Target edition. So she got me into vinyl in the first place because she thought it looked like something I would enjoy, and she was very right. So it was kind of a full circle moment to have her to go with for my first record store day. And I'm happy that I went with my sister because it was so much fun and she was the perfect person to go with. It was a crazy adventure, but my sister and myself always tend to go on crazy adventures because I drag us to these crazy adventures. But I'm happy that my sister agreed to go with me because I don't know if I would have went if it was just myself, especially in a town that I didn't know. I didn't really have a vehicle because I had ridden down to Texas with my parents. So if my sister had not volunteered as tribute to go with me on this adventure, I'm not sure that I would have gone. So I'm very thankful and very happy to my sister for getting me into vinyl to begin with and also for sharing this adventure. So we woke up and got ready in the 4 o'clock hour and then left around 4:45 and arrived to the location. at around 5:30. When we were driving, well, when my sister was driving, again, thank you to my sister. She knows the area better than I did. So when she was driving, it was pouring down rain. Like you could hardly see. And in preparation, earlier, we had gone to Walmart and gotten some fold out chairs and ponchos, which I was going, oh, it's not going to rain. It'll be fine. Thankfully, we got the ponchos because, like I said, on the way, it was pouring down rain and she could hardly see the road. And I felt so bad. And I was like, it's okay. We don't need to go. She was like, no. And we kept pushing through. Again, I'm so thankful to her that she really was there for this adventure and she was committed. So we arrived and we got in line, we got in our chairs, and it just kept raining. It was cold and raining, and she thankfully had an umbrella in her car too, which we had the umbrella up, and then we kept trying to shield ourselves from the rain and the wind. And we had no idea what to expect. So we sat there until the doors opened at 7 o'clock a.m. And there was a girl in front of us, and she had on an orange sweater that had glitter in it, which definitely indicated that she was at least there for the showgirl Taylor Swift final, which was one of the things on my list. So it was fun to kind of bond with the Swiftie. She was really nice, and my sister and I talked with her throughout this journey. So once 7 o'clock hit, the doors were open, and my sister and I again, no idea what to expect. So I'm like, okay, now we're going to go in the store and pick things and leave. Oh, no, no. So we arrived inside of the store where we then waited for like another 2 hours before we finally made it to the front of the line. And then we got to pick through the vinyl, and that was an experience. And I was cracking up because when we finally made it to the front, there were two announcements when we were finally at the vinyl area where they were kind of like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Other people are waiting. I had not really heard this announcement until we were up there. We were trying to go as fast as we could, but it was such a fun time. So my sister ended up getting three vinyl, and I got vinyl as well. They only had one vinyl there that I went in on my list going, I want this one. But I did pick up other things that I saw that caught my attention. And so I got some vinyl. My sister got some vinyl. So now I'm bringing her into the hobby. And we also got matching t shirts. We treated this like it was an experience and an adventure. And it was so much fun. It was like a trip to Disneyland for us. And I'm not sure that I will be able to convince my sister to go to Disneyland or Disney World with me. So this is as close as I'm going to get. So we got our vinyl, and then we went back to my sister's house, and we were just laughing because it was such a crazy experience with the rain and just the treasure hunt. Like, what are we going to find in the bins? What do they have? Ooh, this is the last one of this, etc., etc. All that to say, in this brown bag are the vinyl that I was able to collect on Record Store Day. And then I also learned the day after Record Store Day that things go online. And so I was able to grab more things, and I'll do a separate video for that. But let's go over what I did get on actual Record Store Day. We'll do the t-shirt last, but that's the t-shirt that I got, that my sister got the same. Okay, so first and foremost, this was one of the ones that I wanted, which was the Elizabeth Taylor 7-inch vinyl. Oh my God. See, that I just dropped on the floor. But yes, the Elizabeth Taylor 7-inch vinyl. I was able to get this one. This was basically why I went out, because I wanted this to add to my collection, but I was so happy that I saw other things that I liked as well and was able to get. So that was the one that I went in with intention. The rest of these just kind of happened. The next one is the Olivia Dean Live at the BBC 7-inch vinyl. So this just kind of happened. I don't think I was aware that this was something that would be there. And I think once I was there and I saw certain things, I was like, oh, I'm interested in that. So that was one that I got. This one, Corinne Bailey Ray, live in New York. Had no idea this was even a thing, but I saw it and my sister actually got a copy as well. So I thought that that was cute that we both got this record. Again, this was one that when I saw it at Record Store Day, I wanted to have it in my collection. So I'm glad that I was able to snag this one. Um, and that's number 3. Next, we have the Bluey. And it's the Bluey Zoetrope. Zoetrope? I'm probably saying that wrong. But I like Bluey. I don't have any children, but I do have a dog, and they say that dogs can see the colors in Bluey. So I put on Bluey for my dog, and I like the music from Bluey, especially the theme song. So once I saw it and the cuteness factor, I was won over. And I said, yes, I would like to have the Bluey vinyl. And my sister did get the Bluey vinyl as well. That's actually a funny story because the girl in front of us, the Swiftie that we became friends with in line, you could only get of one of each. Like you couldn't get, I couldn't have got 2 Blueys or 2 Taylor Swifts. Long story short, she said to my sister, hey, can you buy an Elizabeth Taylor for my friend and I will buy you the Bluey vinyl? My sister's like, okay. So they did that. And my sister said when she was checking out that the cashier was like, oh, I like this trading that's going on. So my sister purchased the Elizabeth Taylor vinyl for the Swiftie in front of us for her so that she could give one to her friend. And then that girl in turn got my sister the Zoe trope. So that was a fun little switch up that happened. And last but not least, this I was not expecting to get, but I recently um, finally watched K-pop Demon Hunters, and I love musicals, and little cartoons. And so that being said, since I'm newer to K-pop Demon Hunter, I did not have any vinyl, and I remember going, I feel like I do want K-pop Demon Hunter vinyl, but I just hadn't stepped out into that um, buying yet. So I am happy that I waited. So this is the boy version, which I'm fine with. Having the boy version, I feel like this is the less popular one. So this is the one that I did get. And I'm happy that I waited because I like having the RSD version for Demon Hunters. Versus I kept looking, there seemed to be a lot of variants of the soundtrack, so I'm happy for the RSD version. And this was the only one that I saw when I was there. I didn't know that there was the girl version until I was watching other people's hauls, and so that was one that I went online, the girl version, to try to get the day after. So if you want to find out if I got the girl version, you'll have to wait until I post that video. So I'm going to wait until I get the shipments in from the ones that I found on Record Store Day online, which was the day afterwards. But these were all of the vinyl that I was able to pick up in the one vinyl shop on Record Store Day. So it was a very fun adventure. Highly recommended at least doing it once. If you are in vinyl, it was a core memory made between my sister and I. I had so much fun, and it was just really exciting and unpredictable. And the rush of trying to find things that you were looking for and also discovering new things. So, thanks so much for watching. Music is one of my pretty little pastimes. So, thanks for sticking around through this video. Until the next pretty little pastime. Bye. Oh, I forgot the t shirt. This is the t-shirt my sister and I got. So we got matching t-shirts. It says, "If it's nice, play it twice." And I thought that was cute. And so now my niece has her first vinyl, and I think every year we'll try to get her a vinyl. So she gets a vinyl each year around the time of her birthday, which I think is really cute. So, all right, until the next pretty little pastime.